How are you doing today? I don't know if you've caught the expert interview from today. What is it, May 7th, with Jonathan Twomley. But in the last 20 minutes or so of that interview, we talked about a report produced by Green Street Advisors. I'm going to go ahead and get the link and add it to the description below once I shut down this live stream. Anyways, they produced a report on May 6th, yesterday, that talked about the commercial property price index, something that they've been following for quite some time now, which reports that in April, values fell 9.4% for high class commercial properties. Hey there from California, how are you? So I thought that would be something I needed to read. I have printed it out in detail, taken lots of notes. I've also reached out to both their CEO and their public relations person to see if I can get an interview. I would love to speak to the team at Green Street Advisors for this channel. I'd love to learn more about their methodology and what they are seeing. I thought I would go through the report. Again, I'll have the link in the description below, but this is kind of my summary. First off, values across the board were down 9.4%. When you look at their index, which again is the CPPI, Commercial Property Price Index, it is high quality properties and it's a change in aggregate value of the commercial property with no debt. So they've been doing this for quite some time. Green Street has been around since 1985, Green Street Advisors, to give them their full name. So I thought we would look at it. Again, the link will be in the description, but pretty frightening stuff. Again, I'll see if this shows on the live stream, but this is the graph that you'll see all the way back to, I guess, 1998. And you'll see over here, 20 years later, that drop right there. That's a precipitous drop. Most of that occurred in April. There was a little blip late last year because peak to where it is now is down 10.4, but 9.4% of that was just in April. Frightening. And then again, you could see, again, you'll get the report, but here you go, 9.4% in the last month, 10.3 in the last 3 months, and then 8.3 over the last 12 months. So again, pretty frightening, but again, that's commercial entirely. They do break it out. So when you get this report, it goes through apartments, industrial, mall, strip malls. I'll highlight a couple of the numbers. The chart gets kind of too granular to look on this live stream, but just in the last month, apartments down 10%, malls down 20%. Wow, 20%. Strip retail down 15%. Student housing down 12%. That's all in the last 30 days. Frankly, scary drops, especially that malls, 20% in a 30-day window. If you look at over the last 12 months, everything is down except industrial. Industrial is actually up 7%. Malls are down 33%. Strip retail down 13%. Actually, I stand corrected. Manufactured home parks are up 11%. So we have two commercial classes up, industrial and manufactured homes. When you look at self-storage, it's basically flat, down 2%. Apartments down 3%. Again, it's important to realize that these are really high-end properties, ones that would be purchased by REITs if you read their report. These are based on closed transactions and appraisals. They basically are always speaking with brokers, sellers, and buyers because they're always looking to produce this report very quickly after month end. Again, this is April data that was reported on May 6th. A lot of the data you and I see on most business channels are 45 days old. So to see something produced that's 4 or 5 business days old is pretty spectacular. I am left with lots of questions. That's why I've reached out to their CEO and their public relations, because again, this is the kind of stuff that at least I know I could never afford or I would never buy, right? I don't buy assets of size that would be interesting to REITs. I wonder if they have a comparison to what, you know, what would be a B or a C class, right? Can we look at these percentages and think they're better or worse? I don't know. That's a big question. Logic says they're worse. So if apartments are down 10% in REIT quality, does that mean B class is down 13 and C class is down 23? I mean, I don't know, right? So hopefully they'll respond. I've reached out in the last hour or so via email and phone. So hopefully we get them discussing, but pretty eye-opening. Pretty eye-opening. Again, industrial and manufactured parks are up for the year. Everybody's down in the last month. Everybody's down in the last 90 days as well. So again, this is just telling you what's going on. I've actually bookmarked this site, so I'm going to be watching it every month. Again, Jonathan Twomley gets 100% credit for introducing us to this. And yeah, it's just the first shot that I have seen on somebody calling the commercial market. And I was really interested in the different subsegments, thinking that some would win, some would lose. But risk profile is changing. Cap rates are expanding. Everything's down. The chasm between sellers and buyers is quite large, even in the highest of high class stuff. So it's interesting. It's interesting to watch all of this unfold, all in the face of pretty decent collections. You see me talk with Anna yesterday and Jonathan today. May collections are ahead of April collections. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. So I just wanted to share with you again. I'm going to go find the URL and link it to this live stream now. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye.